which we hope to be just an evergreen festival for as long as possible. So this is the first annual BayView Live Festival. So as you can see, it's a pretty industrial area, the Egbert Avenue area. And a few years back, they have a soup kitchen on Jennings called Mother Brown's. And there was a huge fight because they wanted to add, in addition to Mother Brown's, a 100-bed homeless shelter. Anyway, one of those neighborhood association members asked me to facilitate a meeting with former supervisor Sophie Maxwell. So we all went to lunch and talked about the issue of this homeless shelter. And Sophie Maxwell said something that really resonated with me. She said to this woman, instead of you pushing back on this homeless shelter, why don't you create something that enlivens the area and creates energy, because just because you're homeless doesn't mean you want to be unsafe. And so that's what prompted me to think of ideas of ways to activate this otherwise pretty dead space around Egbert Avenue.
I think for me it was like just growing up in the city and there wasn't space to paint. Like there was no, we don't have like legal walls or a place where you could go paint, and we don't necessarily have like an arts district in the most progressive city in the world. And so there's much more beautiful things and amazing people here than all the negativity that you hear about the neighborhood. So for us, we just want to change that. There's so many times where kids just don't have an interest or a hobby, and trying to give that to youth can really help keep them out of trouble.
It is a treasure we must cherish. It is a vessel that will carry our convictions. It is a wave that washes over our hearts and minds that can drown us in knowledge. To put it simply for you all, it is a gift.
My name is Chance, and what brought about my piece was the recent, I believe, changes in the Jim Crow and how affected we are by that, and the shootings and killings. So my supervisor asked me to write a poem that I could do for the show, where it demonstrated the power that youth had to speak up and speak out against the recent tragedies. We love what we do. We do all that we can to support our communities and to bring our music to the ones that need it most.
My thing is, they have a physical reminder in their neighborhood with what we're doing, and that will live on for years. And more so, we're going to have a mental imprint on them. I mean, to be a kid that does a STEM project or a tech project displayed at the festival, or to be a part of a mural created at the festival, and then you have someone like Grammy-nominated artist Jadena performing at the festival where he's within reach. He looks like you. The artists reflect your community. Those are the sorts of impacts we're trying to make on these young people, impressions we want to have on their minds.
In case we